I was halfway through my sip when my sister said it light bright, like she was announcing dessert. I'm pregnant again. We'll need a new home. Yours will fit. The room went quiet in that way families get quiet when they think silence is agreement. My mother nodded before I could swallow. It's only fair, she said. My sister turned to me, smiling with her whole mouth. You'll move out by Sunday, right? The wine tasted metallic. I set the glass down carefully, smiled back. I don't want to help you again. She blinked once. How dare you? I didn't answer. I stood, left my napkin on the table like a folded white flag, and walked out into the cold. By morning, everything had changed. I had learned early how to make myself useful. Useful daughters get praised. Useful sisters get leaned on. When my father died, I moved back home temporarily to help Mom with bills, with paperwork, with the ache that hollowed her eyes. My sister, older by 3 years, louder by decades, was already married, already expecting her first. I paid the mortgage because I could. I cooked because I was there. Temporary stretched like taffy until it snapped into permanence. When my sister's marriage cracked, she came back pregnant and angry. I gave her my room. I took the couch. When she found another man and left again, she took the good dresser and the good dishes. I stayed. I paid. Mom called me the stable one, as if stability were a resource to be extracted. I bought the house when Mom couldn't refinance. My name on the deed, my credit, my money. We told ourselves it didn't change anything. Family, after all. I renovated the attic into an office so I could work more hours. I replaced the roof. I replaced myself. Gratitude has a short shelf life. Entitlement ferments. By the time Thanksgiving came around, my sister was on her 3rd pregnancy and 2nd husband, glowing with that confidence that comes from never landing on your feet because someone always places them for you. I was tired in a way sleep doesn't touch. The trigger wasn't the pregnancy. It was the assumption. The way my home was announced as her solution. The way my mother nodded like my life was a spare room waiting to be reassigned. The way Sunday was offered like a deadline I'd set myself. That's when something broke. Not loudly, cleanly. I didn't cry in the car. I didn't scream. I drove to a diner that still smelled like bleach and coffee and ate a grilled cheese I didn't taste. I wrote notes on a receipt. Names, dates, amounts, leases, laws. Silence can sharpen into logic if you let it. By midnight, I had a plan that didn't require their permission. I woke before dawn. The house was still that deep pre-family quiet where even the refrigerator seems to listen. I walked through rooms I had paid for and finally saw them as mine. I pulled the file box from the hall closet, the one no one ever touched because it bored them. Deed, insurance, utilities. The informal agreements we'd called love. At 9, I called a lawyer. At 10, a moving company, not for me. At 11, a locksmith. Everything legal, everything scheduled. No drama, no announcements. By noon, my sister's texts began. First confusion, then outrage, then the familiar weaponized disappointment. I didn't answer. Silence is a boundary that enforces itself. At 3, Mom called. Her voice was small, careful, already shaping me into the villain. Sweetheart, your sister's very upset. I know, I said. Calm. True. This is family. So is consent, I said, and surprised us both. At 5, I printed notices. 30 days. Proper wording. A copy for each adult occupant not on the deed. I slid them into envelopes like invitations to a party they'd insisted on hosting. When the sun went down, I poured another glass of wine. This time, it tasted like itself. They came the next morning, all heat and righteousness. My sister didn't knock. She never had. The new husband hovered behind her, already calculating exits. Mom stood between us like a human buffer, wringing her hands. "You can't do this," my sister said, voice cracking with practiced disbelief. "I already have," I replied. She laughed, sharp. "You're punishing me for being happy." "No," I said. "I'm protecting myself from being erased." She lunged for old ground. Tears, accusations, history rewritten on the fly. Mom tried to remind me of everything my sister had been through, as if endurance were a debit card she could swipe forever. I handed them the envelopes. 30 days, I said. "I'll be staying in the house. You'll be making arrangements." My sister's face went white. "You wouldn't throw out a pregnant woman." "I'm not," I said. "I'm ending a tenancy." That's when the power shifted, not with shouting, but with paper, with dates and signatures, and the quiet authority of ownership. No one had bothered to respect until it spoke back. The confrontation burned itself out quickly once they realized there was nothing to grab onto, no argument to win, no door to slam that would change the locks. They left. The house exhaled. The weeks after were a study in gravity. Boxes appeared. My sister tried charm once, guilt twice, anger a dozen times. None of it stuck. I stayed polite, distant, unmovable. On the last day, she stood in the doorway of what had once been my room, eyes scanning for some last-minute reversal. "You're really doing this," she said. "I already did," I said. She opened her mouth to say something final, something that would scar us both if it landed. I closed the door gently before she could throw it. When the truck pulled away, the street looked the same. That was the strange part. No fireworks, no applause, just a quiet victory without celebration. Mom didn't speak to me for months. Then she did, carefully, as if testing a repaired bridge. "We are different now. Smaller, more honest. I sleep in my own bed. I eat at my own table. The house holds me without asking what I'll give next." The moral, if there is one, came late and stayed. Love isn't proven by how much you endure. It's proven by what you refuse to surrender. I learned that boundaries don't make you cruel, they make you visible. And once you're seen, truly seen, no one gets to move you out of your own life by Sunday.